POS, the podcast where we find the piece of shit and stories you don't give a fuck about. But first, if you're sitting at home and you're eating boring food, Thanksgiving is coming. And a lot of you white people make turkey bland. And you're like, that's going to suck. And you have some friends that aren't white that are going to come over and going to want some food. And they're like, mashed potatoes, that's boring. Go to silkcityhotsauce.com. Go get yourself some all kinds of sauces, so many flavors, so many tastes, for your people that are bored, like grandma can't handle heat, to your fucking cousin who's a whore and she loves that spicy shit. They got everything. Go over there, find it all. Awesome artwork on the front. Jeff makes incredible stuff in Vermont with his family. They work the fields. There's like child labor laws involved. It's terrible. Remember, real quick, if you're a pedophile, you're not allowed to buy it. That's the rules. It's not my rules. It's the rules. Frank's Red Hot is for you if you're a pedophile. That's what you eat. You don't get Silk City. If you use the promo code POS, you save 15%. And if you save that money to like hide your kids away from the pedophiles who have extra money and they're running around. So you got to make sure that you get the sauce. You have good Thanksgiving. And when people like the sauce, you could buy a 6-pack and give them away as like parting gifts. And that lets them know it's time to fucking leave. Because a lot of times they want to hang out and have more pie. You're like, no, here's a bottle of Badass Jew. Now get the fuck out the door. So enjoy it. There's tons of sauces. Go check it out. It supports the show. Jeff is awesome. He supports comedy. And we want to support him. So get on over to silkcityhotsauce.com and go take care of that. And remember, pedophiles, sorry, no sauce for you. You have bland turkey and spicy kids, I guess. I don't know. Bobby, how are you? Uh-oh.
Moving slower than I planned, but I am doing well. What's going on, Pat? Sorry.
Did you just not record anything I said?
No, we were cutting in between shots, and then the mouse wouldn't move the way it was supposed to. You know how it goes, man. Out here producing and shit. But it's not about me. It's about our special guest joining us tonight. He's a bare knuckle comedian. You may know him as Planet Hank. Thanks for topping aboard.
What's up, guys? How are you?
All right, man. Your show was fun to be on, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
I did not know what to expect, and it was everything I thought it was going to be.
Dude, everybody loved you. I got positive comments back about your jokes, and
those guys were cool. The way you presented it was, we're gonna shit on people who can kill you, Pat. And I'm like, okay, but they're obviously they're gonna have senses of humor. They're from all over the country. They're good dudes, but they're like they want to bust balls too. And it's like I respected them for their strength, and they respected us comics for like the way we're funny and quick. So it was cool.
Yeah, they definitely like. Sometimes comedians don't see that, or maybe they do, but like there's a lot of respect. Like fighters respect what we do. These big tough guys wouldn't dare stand up in front of people and talk to them. I kind of get a kick out of that.
And the fact that, they put in serious work for a little bit of money because they have a passion, and we're the same fucking people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that kind of same respect of like, everyone always goes, oh, so you're a fighter. Are you famous? No. I do it for the love. Are you a comic? Are you have you heard of me, bitch? No, then I'm not famous.
Yeah, you got to grind. You got to do the work in the gym. You got to put yourself out there, and it takes a little tiny dream, and it's all you. You got to do the work. Nobody else.
How did you get those worlds together? Why are you part of that?
Well, basically, when I started doing media and stuff, it was for combat sports and bare knuckle and doing that. And then I started a podcast about 5 years ago, just having interviews, and I'm kind of, just a jokester and always have been a class clown. And I was in the military and it was just always like joking around. So I'd get the guys on, the fighters would come on and I'd interview them. And I was just sort of try to roast them a little bit.
Right.
And I just kind of noticed that fighter interviews, boring. Okay. And then it was like, how am I going to spice this up? So I just started adding more and more comedy. And as I got into stand-up comedy, it was a natural. I was like, whoa, watch this. I'm going to have comedians roast these guys. That'll solve the problem.
Bobby, they're literally standing there like they just trained, and they're like, yeah, got a big fight Thursday. And then a comic's like, yeah, your head looks retarded. And they're like, yeah.
It is a lot easier to take a joke, though, when you could absolutely kick the shit out of the guy making it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who would show up for the live shows.
I like the live.
On the computer, I'm cool.
Yeah, but it allows for a fighter to open up in a way that nobody's ever seen. So, even the times I piss people off and they get mad at me and then they're swearing and stuff, but that tells a lot. It's like a regular normal interview. You can keep your tact. getting roasted by, talented comedians is definitely going, might
Next level.
Have some different turns in there.
Well, it's got to be tough though when your main thing in life is to fight, and you're like, I can be cool, I can take it, but your instinct is, you know what? If you're gonna push me too far, I don't have a quick whip back. I knock you the fuck out.
Yes,
so it's got to be weird when some guy just comes in and knows he's safe because it's part of the show, and you're like, no, I want to fucking kill you. That's got to be tougher on them because if he threatens to fight me, then I win.
Right.
As a comic,
oh,
you know what I mean?
that's the thing is with the they act like they're funnier. You know how it is. You're a comedian. People act like they're funnier. Oh, I'm funnier than you. Oh, I'll roast you. No, you won't.
Do any of the comics bomb?
Maybe a couple punchlines, but when it comes 5, 6, 7, 8 punchlines deep, it's like they'll run out.
But do any of the comics like bomb? Like they think they're gonna be good and it just doesn't hit?
Oh, all the time. Nice. This is normally me.
You should write for
Bobby. It's also I did it at 10:30 in the morning, so it's not like this evening show. You're yelling at fighters in the morning.
You should write for a fighter one time, and then like at one of the live shows, and convince him to fight one of the other fighters, and just have the guy not be ready for it. Be like, "Damn, you're pretty good, bro." Didn't see that.
I used to go to more shows. I used to actually go, and get content and put it on and at the shows and get live interviews and stuff. But it's just like a lot of the bare knuckle fights ended up being in Florida, and it just started, with life. It's like chasing that around. I can get it just as good roasting them on the damn live.
It was cool because some of the people from that fight world that were messaging me afterwards, going, "Dude, that was awesome. We really appreciate you being on. It's awesome." That trying to get me to watch some of the fights, and it was cool. There was some dude who's like going into the Hall of Fame or something, bald guy, and he messaged me right away, and he's like, "Bro, that was great." I'm like, "Thanks, man." It's like it was cool because you don't know who's watching, and you're afraid that yes, you're having fun, Hank, and you want us to have fun, but the people that watching it are like fight fans maybe or fighters are inspiring, kind of like, oh, he's shitting on what we do.
Yes,
but when they embraced it, it was cool.
Yes, like sometimes, all right, so I've triggered so many people with this type of show. There because so say I say someone got their ass beat. Now that fighter doesn't like
that to their face.
Right. They don't like that. So then it may not even be the fighter who's mad. They'll be like, oh, okay, but like say their biggest fan. Their biggest fan maybe like now they forever are mad at me, or I have to win them back. It's like I lost the crowd real bad.
Damn, dude, if only your boy was that passionate about his fight, I wouldn't have roasted him that hard.
Right. Oh, and you get all into this.
He had been passionate about keeping his hands up.
It goes real deep because we start to develop relationships with these guys. Friendships for a long time, and the show's 4 times a week. So I mean, it's like the clubhouse. It's like the lunch table. It's, you start getting teased and everybody's in on it. That can piss people off. It's for stakes, and their careers are on the line. They're fighting for money. The more views and the funnier that they are, it's more successful. That means more money for them. And likewise, if they become unpopular and everybody thinks they're a nerd because we roasted them too hard, I mean, that can lose them fights, And
it's not
I also like how it puts you in a market that's not with many people, but a lot of comedians do love, I mean, it comes from the Rogan world and all, but Stelling Brown. A lot of comedians do love watching fights because it's on weekends when you're after shows and things like that. So it is a world that can be tapped into. And you're smart to get into it the way you are because you're going to give fans an opportunities for certain things, and it can help you move up because you can get in front of the right people because there are people that like both and want comedy in their fighting.
Right, and it's a topic that allows people to have an opinion. Right. Right off the bat, you're one way or the other. You see it, and you're going to get it's controversial enough of a sport. Some sports are boring and we wouldn't be arguing over tennis. Maybe you would if you're a fanatic, but I'm not. But with fighting, it's such even if you don't watch it all the time, as soon as you see it, it's so crazy that it's like, whoa. And then, as a comedian, there's punchlines all right off the bat. Everything about the fighters is funny. Everything about the fight game is funny, Yeah.
Well, it's both of our defense mechanisms. Right? Like their defense mechanism is all right, yeah, I can kick the shit out of you. Mine's I can make fun of you.
Yes, that's
like
what I
you
do
may
too.
be the Chris Hemsworth in the room, but I can find your insecurity and I'll make fun. You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah. Like, and I think there's a lot of, we sponsored a fighter for a little bit. He was in Bellator. Did not go so well for him, but he had the best sense of humor about it. That's why we liked him. You know what I mean? He was able to just.
Who was
He
it?
a twink though, dude.
His name was Blaine Shutt. His most famous clip is he points to a spot on the mat like meet me here, and the guy meets him there and then knocks him out.
Oh boy.
But he has a great sense of humor about it. Yeah. So
You're gonna kill me right here.
exactly. He was marking his grave.
Yeah, it's much like being a comedian when you bomb. Like you could have all your jokes, you wrote them all week. You're like, dude, I'm prepared. You're in front of the mirror. I recorded it. I told it. My mom thinks it's funny, and then you just go out there and it's like nothing. Nothing? Really?
Are there okay? So you've seen it. There's some comics that do that, nothing, but then still walk off like they killed? Are there delusional fighters who walk up going, it wasn't their fault, it was excuses?
Oh, absolutely. That's the biggest thing right there. And I see on my show, I have stars that do that and have real bad outings, and then we just tote them around like they're the fucking greatest goddamn thing in the world. Like last weekend, dude headbutted a guy and got DQ'd. So then we just and had a huge brawl. So, now we're just making, a muck of the whole scenario and make it funny.
Is it a lot more dirty fighting in bare knuckle?
Yeah, see, the bare knuckle stage is really big with lots of lights, and it seems, and it's a lot smaller than people realize. The fighters are not making millions of dollars; they're making $5,000 or something. So you can imagine these guys are some freaking maniacs from all over the area. That it's like, they're not super professional, been doing this, been in that moment. This is the biggest moment every time.
They're desperate for the money because a lot of them are training on their own, paying for it. So they're working a day job. They need this cash to keep training.
And they're all gassed up. Like imagine how hyped up you are with fireworks going off and this big, and it's never happened. You've never done this. So it's like, I don't know. And you go out there,
you probably don't get an announcer. The guy's coming out, he's saying your name, the crowd's literally cheering. Some chick with big tits likes you now. You're like, yes.
Yeah, you're famous on the internet. You got, it's like all of that. So then these guys, a lot of times they come out and freak out,
Bobby, you got anything before we get into some stories and stuff? Are you on delay?
I'm trying to get something going here. I apologize. So every time I get everything all muted, I have to mute the Zoom and I have to mute this, and then every time literally as soon as I get done getting muted,
one button, you hit the rest.
No, I know, but every time I get it muted, then you're like, "Hey, Bobby," and then I gotta go. All right, wait, one sec. No, it's all good. I think it's the other thing that we have in common with fighters, which is kind of fun, is they have this tough guy persona that you have to put out there, even if it's just the fight itself, and kind of a comedian too, where then you're like, no, behind the scenes, I'm not a dickhead. I just am a dickhead on stage because it makes people laugh. You know what I mean? I think there's that also, no, meet the real me element to both, too. I'm not the spider. I'm Anderson Silva. I don't know. I think that's
there's definitely, too. I feel that, there's a little persona that you have to have as a comedian, that you're bulletproof, that you're, that nothing, even if you bomb, you stand right in it, and same with a fighter, you're kind of put yourself out there. There's no turning back. You get on stage, it's I don't know, you got to do something. Go in the fight, it's you got to do something,
Yeah.
But as a comic, though, you can let yourself be vulnerable and the audience can be.
Oh,
but, it's hey, whatever. As a fighter, you get vulnerable.
They beat the shit out of you.
Rope-a-dope. You Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, but Muhammad Ali had the ability to take the hits and come back. Some people think rope-a-dope is I'll just get punched and hopefully that guy gets tired, but then they get beat up.
Yeah. Being a comedian is definitely less hardcore than bare knuckle boxing.
Without a doubt. Any comic who's it's just like being a boxer. No, it's not. We don't get punched.
Not at all. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. When you're you're driving to a gig and you're a little tired and you're I don't really, you're not 100% into it. That would be a lot different if the result was somebody trying to murder you. You better be 100%
I don't really
in.
Feel like doing it.
Yeah, when you're I'll get as soon as I tell that first joke, I'll get that wind I need. And you do.
That's what steroids are for, I think, you know,
okay.
and pre-workout powder.
Well, for comics, that's cocaine or meth or whatever they do.
Say, yeah, there's
or beer.
or heroin.
All right, Bob, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read a story. I'll get through the story, then I'll kick it to each one of you guys and ask you who the piece of shit is. First story,
Cool.
man gets jump rope stuck in his bladder after shoving it into his penis. He should have skipped this jump rope. I fucking hate the New York Post. I fucking hate that.
I knew it was coming.
Hank, if you don't know this, the New York Post literally stopped being a newspaper. What they do is they literally watch TikTok and YouTube, and then a guy writes what he watched. That's news now. I like this story. I'm like a man with a jump rope in his penis, but that's not the news.
The New York Post.
A 79-year-old Japanese man managed to get a 90-inch jump rope stuck in his bladder after allegedly shoving the rope into his penis. Doctors wrote in a study published in Urology Case Reports, I didn't get my copy this month, that the identified man inserted the rope through his urethra. However, the handleless rope became tangled and stuck in the man's bladder. The man was forced to seek medical help, complaining that he had suffered from a condition called dysuria, difficulty with urination, only for the doctors to find the rope. Medics unraveled the medical mystery by investigating his bladder when they found a large object accompanied by acoustic shadows. It was then that the man admitted that he had what had happened, although he did not explain why he did it, and he was brought to a hospital. An x-ray then revealed that the object was a wire-like coiled foreign body. According to doctors, there's no way to remove the rope that way it went in, so they had to perform surgery on the patient. They show pictures, but it's not much. It looks like he had a baby, like whatever. Transurethral extraction, was difficult considering the length of the rope and its entanglement in the bladder. Traditionally, grasping forceps and retrieval baskets are used to remove foreign bodies. However, wires inserted into the bladder usually curl up as the bladder contracts. Therefore, special consideration is required for wire-like foreign bodies. Dude, I know rope sounds bad, but wire in your penis sounds way worse. Everything in your penis sounds worse. Thankfully, the man recovering from the surgery and he suffered no long-term injury. The patient is not the first to suffer penis-related problems. Also in September, a teen somehow managed to get a USB cable stuck in his penis, which was thankfully also able to be extracted via surgery. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it the man who was like, yeah, how bored am I? I've watched everything on Netflix. I'm going to put a rope in my penis, an entire jump rope. Now, no handles, so I guess he's not completely an idiot. But still, why would you even... I'm not going to say I've never even tried that or thought about it. But I guess if you're that bored and that lonely and you're jerking off that much and you're just staring at your penis, maybe you're like, what goes in? Well, I wonder what can fit in here. I wonder what other things are in there, too, that he tried. Is it the jump rope people who made one without handles? You know what I mean? That's dangerous. They always make toys for kids at 3 or under. Don't watch out, choking hazard. There should be a penis shoving hazard written on the rope. Is it the doctors who helped them? I'm sorry. If I was a doctor, I don't care about my oath. I'd be like, nah, dude, this isn't Jackass. You shoved a rope in your penis. You live with this now. Or is it the person who wrote this article because what the fuck? This is not, you don't write this article. You make this movie, okay? X-Men thing where this is rope coming out. Or is it the porn star that will try to do this to get likes and views on OnlyFans? Be shitting sorry. Hank, go first.
Oh, it's definitely the guy who shoved the rope up his dick. Like the fucking, it's like, it's like pulling the string out of your sweatpants and you got to inch it along the way. That's 90 inches.
I had to do that with shorts the other day. You're like fighting.
Yeah. It's like a part of life that we need to reevaluate, really. Like whoever designed that. And then this guy inched it along for 90 inches up his cock. That's a long...
And he's Japanese, which means it was just like 90 inches on a 1-inch thing.
Maybe that's why it didn't hurt.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about the human body. I don't even know where everything is in there. I can't really tell you where lungs are. I know about, but I don't know it. But I don't know where the bladder is, but how far does that have to go through the penis to go all the way into the bladder? Is that like right next to it, or is it at a travel?
I would never be able to get it. I would never be able to do anything like that. Not even. I bet a half an inch and that's enough.
But I'm guessing once it's in and you can't get it back out, you're better off just getting it all the way in.
Oh,
What are you gonna do? You can't walk around with rope hanging out of your dick.
piss it out.
It won't. You couldn't pee. Bobby,
He
were
said
you
it.
wincing or doing an impression of that guy's face?
I blacked
close your
out.
eyes,
What are we
kinda like
talking
that
about,
big
dude? I can't handle this, man.
Okay, so Bobby, who's the piece of shit?
Piece of shit's the journalist. Do your fucking job. No guy's just sitting there like, you know what? Let me put some jump rope in my dick. Find the woman who then abandoned him. He was like, you go to the ER by yourself.
Bobby, it's a guy we've never read anything from before. Jack Hobbs.
Yeah, fuck you, Jack. And this is a good message for you, all you guys out there. Just know when you put the jump rope and it gets stuck in your dick, she's gonna leave you.
But it's the age-old question when people are like, are men hornier than women? Are men more perverted than women? And women try to go, no, we are. You're not. You're not. That dude was bored. No woman, she might put shit in her vagina, but she knows it can come out. You know what I mean? She's putting it in there for pleasure. And yeah, some women get stuff stuck in there, but 90 inches of rope. Like, think
They
about
like
how
having
He
babies.
long
told him to put all 90 in. It was a,
I don't think
it
there's
was a
any-
fucking
no, it was
BDSM
Japanese
thing.
culture.
No
They
guy
don't
sits there and
listen to
goes, let me put 90 inches of rope in my dick.
She would have pulled it out like too fast. Like, you know, females don't know how to run a pee hole like that. She would have just
Yeah,
yanked.
like starting the mower. Just going like that. Oh, the rope burn that would happen.
Oh, because it's like a steel rope. See, no. See, this is what I mean. That's not how you run your penis.
Have
Okay.
either one of you ever had anything in their pee hole, like a kidney stone or anything like that?
I had to have the end of mine with a Q-tip. Had to have them jam a Q-tip in there for a UTI.
What that
That's
feel
it.
like?
That far. That is it.
That
And
hurt?
I was done. It hurt. So
Okay,
this is where this story, to me, they lost me. Well, they lost me. It's like, how are you going to put something that long inside your penis, man?
I've never. I've been very lucky so far in my medical life that I had nothing go in the pee hole.
Yeah,
But I couldn't.
you don't
imagine,
want it.
Like, it just would be. Bobby, have you had like anything like medically or whatever?
No.
Q-tip or like
I
rocks
just
in there?
let me die.
I got sand in it once.
What?
I remember I was little, but little to remember, and we were at the beach and swimming, and the water came in the trunks. I laid in the sandbar too much, and there was a little like a sand rock in there. I remember peeing, and it came out. I was like, I remember that little pain of peeing out the rock. I couldn't imagine it being a rope.
Woo, done. All done. And people who have to jam a catheter in there, that is too much too. And I seen it, my buddy. Yeah, I had a friend who had one, and he's like, I got to do it all the time. Fucking catheters are like that long. That's disgusting. Every
Yeah,
time
but they
you
have a
guys,
plan
Did
to
he
get
have?
it out.
But did he have feeling below his legs?
I have no idea.
Because I've given a catheter before.
Just for fun?
No,
So,
like to a patient who was a quadriplegic, but like I knew he couldn't.
Like you put it in their dick.
Mm-hmm. Then you
How do you
fill
know
a
when
jug
you're
with.
done?
How do you know when you're done putting it in?
Yeah.
They start peeing.
Oh,
What do you hit something?
The bladder.
You tap the bladder.
I don't know any of this.
That's about the
Me
length.
neither. I'm saying
You
it
just
as a
feed
question.
it in. So you just put something in the bladder will just release.
It's like a cat. It's like siphoning gas. It's like,
Well, so
do you have to suck on it?
I mean, the first thing you do is you lube it up. You do not have to suck on it. Thankfully, I would have been out at that point. Nah, man, you're just not gonna pee this week. But you lube it up, then you just kind of insert it, and then it's like
Ooh, that's a good point.
there's a urethra on the front, Pat, and then there's another similar functioning thing on the inside.
Okay.
Once it goes through that, then that's where the liquid is.
So when we pee, we're just turning on the faucet.
Yeah, you're opening a hole.
I know nothing.
Yeah, me either.
And I'm psyched about that. So
I
wait,
learned.
You lube it. You lube the thing.
Is it special?
Yeah, I
dick
usually made
lube?
his home nurse lube it. I was like, that's gay.
No, I don't mean you, but when you
lube
use
his-
a catheter, it's a wire. It's a tubing.
It's like a rubber tubing.
Okay.
Do you
and
lube the
you're
tube
lubing
or the
that and
pee hole?
sliding it in.
Yeah, you're lubing the whole length of it. Yeah, and then
You think
sliding
he
it in.
lubed the rope?
No.
I can't. How does rope keep moving?
The jump rope.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to know. I don't even want to know.
You know what I mean? Like any kind of rope wouldn't just slide like that. You have to pull. Someone's got to be in there pulling. other hand inside his butthole. Is that how bodies work? You just stick your hand in the butthole and pull through?
Dude, I don't know. Push
You
it
just
out.
floss.
Maybe that's what his girlfriend was doing. Maybe that's why she won't admit she was there.
She's not real. He's in his 70s. He's not a young man.
Yeah, he's got a jump rope in his pee hole. I'm sure he doesn't have a girlfriend.
That's the crazy part. He's 79.
Huh.
Like,
Oh,
that's
he just
something you do
couldn't pee.
early on.
He just
Maybe
couldn't
he
pee.
was so like out of it, he thought it was his catheter. It kept putting it in, and it didn't start peeing.
Or maybe he was like so fucked up or old, he thought that was his like intestines and it fell out. And that's the only way to put it back in.
A handleless jump rope.
Yeah. Because what's he doing with it? He's 79. He's not jumping rope.
Well, he's Japanese. They stay in shape.
By walking around and judging people. They don't jump rope. They just go, oh, look at you. You're a woman. You die. Oh, that's got to be fun. See, Japan, they might show him respect. Oh, honorable rope penis. And they'll come back. But like here.
Yeah, it's a story of discipline.
His last 10 years would be tough. All the kids would find out. It's like, don't leave your jump rope in his house.
They just keep leaving out.
Kickball. It's inside old man Tanner's asshole.
They just keep leaving out seppuku swords. Like, you know what you're supposed to do now.
Oh, if he imagine he invited you over to jump rope,
Not
I would
touching
invite
anything
him
in
over
the
for
house.
spaghetti and see what he did with it.
No.
What did you dick?
Like those people who do this shit, but this guy's got
fuck,
the
I haven't
whole.
seen that in a long time. Oh, I hate that shit.
I hate that shit
I
too.
didn't know that was a thing either. I'm like, you can.
This guy was trying to do it with a whole body from his pee hole all the way out of his mouth.
That would be dope. He's like, and then he's jumping. He's like,
Yeah.
black girls come over and play Miss Mary Mac with them. They just
Fucking
Rubber
clapping
Rush.
it.
Oh, we play Rubber Rush with the cause. Honorable Rubber Rush. I mean, no more penis talk. When did you have to?
I made a
Ooh.
Weinstein joke to one of the girls Weinstein assaulted, and I was more comfortable than I am with this discussion right now.
That should be the punishment to Weinstein.
Yeah.
He should have to put a rope in his penis. Anyone who sexually assaults a woman has to put a 90-inch rope in their penis.
Yeah.
No, you don't understand. I really have a rope I need to get out.
We need Miramax back though. Like they had good ass movies.
He
so.
can make movies with a rope in his penis because then he can't fuck them.
Yeah.
That's the deal. We get the movies back and he gets a rope cock.
We need the movies. Someone needs to negotiate for him. Doing a lot better than they are.
But yeah, but he doesn't have the same drive anymore.
It would
Maybe
be
that's
fun if
what it
we
is.
like
There's no incentive.
be
Can't
fun if we
ruin their
extended the
lives.
longest yard rules to other areas of life. So like, hey, we've got a prison film festival. We need you to come out of retirement, Weinstein.
I seen an old version of that story, but it was set in World War II, where the like Nazis allowed the Jewish prisoners to play against a professional team.
Ooh,
I
that's
was
a
like,
good
wow,
one.
this is
That's
they've
intense.
really done this story a lot.
It's a good theme to go with.
They're like,
They've done
hey,
that for everything. They really have. It's like,
I know this seems controversial, but this juvenile detention center hasn't had a good linebacker class in 30 years. We got to bring in Sandusky.
I can't wait. 50 years from now, the movie is there's 8 straight men left. And they have to play basketball against the transgender basketball championship.
Oh no.
They win by 52 points. It's just a bunch of like
We just
out of
murder
shape
them. We're just-
dad bods just hitting threes.
yeah. So it doesn't fucking matter. Way to drag around your half cock. I'll kill you all day.
But you don't play video games, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Hank, do you?
I play FIFA, soccer,
Okay.
or football.
I've been
That's
playing
about it.
I've been playing the basketball one, 2K for
Yeah.
And the new thing this season is you have like 5 rivals who you have to complete tasks and then you get to play. And one of them's a girl. And you're like, oh,
Oh,
I'm ready
no.
for this woke horse shit. And it is not at all. 2K like just makes it like it is. Every shot she took, I sent into the rafters. Like they're like, no, this is what it would be like in real life.
Yeah.
Does she have to travel to Russia at some point?
You have to keep trading the ball out every time she gets a rebound,
Dude, if they
so
had
she can play
Britney
with the smaller
Griner mode,
sons.
that'd be fucking awesome. You have to make the right choices when you do.
Dude, I would play that video game. You have to ball your way out of the gulag.
Yeah. You got blow.
I laugh at her, but I would definitely probably end up getting arrested for marijuana in Russia too. That's why I wouldn't fly there.
I think that whole situation is nuts. Go get her. Like if it was anybody else, they would have gotten her already. Like I mean, any other president, literally in the last 20 presidents, we would have had her back. It's not a Republican Democrat thing, and more importantly, in 3 years we're gonna be playing them in the Olympics. You don't want that
That's
bitch
why they're
dunking for
keeping her.
them. Yeah, that's
why
what I'm
they're keeping
She
saying.
her.
can't play for the team. She's not Russian born.
You saw the movie. You know what they're trying to do.
She's just gonna come out in the worst white face ever, Brittany Ev, Griner Ev, and they're like, "That's clearly her."
Yeah.
A good movie would be like Bobby, The Longest Tard. So it's just 11 retarded men have to play football.
Oh,
They
I
can
thought it was
stop
just
being
like a height
retarded.
contest. No, I'm the longest.
They pull the rope out of their dicks. So who draw the longest straw? It's like, God damn it.
Hers would be the longest vape. 12 years.
Ugh.
What a dumb bitch. I'm sorry. You're Bobby, you're right. I feel awful because she is a human being. She's trapped and she's gonna be here for a long time. But at the same time, what are you thinking? Like I wouldn't have brought aspirin with me, Bob. I mean, I wouldn't have brought anything.
I get where you're coming from, but I also am kind of skeptical that she actually had the stuff on her. Like
Well,
it was
I'm
at
sure
the
she
time.
I thought
had
that
it.
was actually the reporting. I think people said they actually for real.
Yeah,
I feel like she
Like
had
other
it.
women know she had it.
that's coming because she confessed.
Right.
Like that's where that's coming from. But again, it was just like confessor will murder you. And either way, like yeah, it was a stupid fuck up. But go get our girl. Like
We
it's
gotta trade her for that guy.
cool.
That guy's not nice.
What guy?
He's an
He's like
arms
this
dealer.
crazy-
He killed a couple people. No biggie.
Yeah, and like gun runner. fucking, yeah,
You know what he hasn't
murderer.
done? Dunked a basketball.
Or vape.
Oh, he's definitely vape. But like, children's blood.
He probably
He vaped
sold
it.
her the vape before he got arrested, and now he's in prison.
Oh, Bobby, next story kind of goes in that same line. So there we go. 2 women busted for smuggling cocaine hidden in their hair extensions.
Oh.
Okay.
Bobby, guess what the first line is?
Oh, crack.
No.
No.
That's too much. That's not from. It was a hairy situation. Come on, Bobby.
It was right there in front of me, dude. If it was a snake, it would have bit me.
It was a snake coming out of his dick. That's they should put a snake in his dick. Oh wait, they go get doctors. They just get an Indian guy to play that flute thing. The rope comes out of his dick. They should have used that, like old timey racism.
And then the sequel is St. Patrick has to come. The Arab can't do it anymore, so they have to call him, and he drums them all out. It's a whole
St. Patrick
town
wouldn't
full.
help the Japanese guy.
No, he does, and then he just enslaves them. He's like, "Now you grow potatoes."
Just hits his dick with a shillelagh a whole bunch of times. It's like, you're right. 2 women were arrested in Colombia Thursday for attempting to smuggle cocaine in their hair extensions. The ladies who used the extensions to create elaborate poofy hairstyles were busted at 2 separate airports in the South American country, the agency said. They were headed to Madrid, Spain, and were stopped after going through security when a body scan showed foreign objects were stashed in their hair. The drugs were hidden in small, round black tubes that were strapped to the suspect's scalps underneath the extensions, images showed. And they show it, and it's great. Like, they've got tiny little, almost like half blunt size rolls on their heads, and then they put the extensions over the fucking top. And they had like 20 bags in each head. Authorities of Colombia proudly displayed the contraband they recovered alongside the hair extension and the suspect in a series of images. In all, about 2 kilos of the powdery white drug were recovered. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it the women who, remember, we're dealing with South America. They're not from here. I'm assuming they didn't make this call on their own. I'm assuming they're mules and they're doing a job for someone. But it's 2022. Some women might get mad at me and go, "Pat, how dare you?" Women make their own decisions. They wanted to be mules and use their extensions and carry drugs in their head. Sure, hun. So they're going over to South America and they've got in their head, is it the people who caught them and then took pictures and displayed it and showed the world? That's not South America I know. The South America I know keeps the drugs, whores out the women, sells them off somewhere, and never talks about it. What's going on? Why are we treating them like every other criminal? You're mules. Haven't you seen the Clint Eastwood movie? You don't treat them good at the fucking end. Is it the airline that obviously wherever they first went and flew there that didn't notice these aren't like black chicks. They're like South American chicks who have wacky extensions and crazy hair moves. You got to know something's up. They look fucking insane. Or how about the dogs of the airports who didn't sniff their heads? They got 20 kilos in their dome. What's going on with the fucking dogs? Or is it the author of this one? What's their fucking name? I hope it's Jack Hobbs again. Nope. Gabrielle Funrage. Funrouge for writing Hairy Situation. Fuck you. It's not. This is at least news, though. It's not good news, but it's at least some news. Who's the piece of shit? Bobby, go first.
So it's not the women because, like you said, they didn't come up with this idea on their own. They were probably told, you smuggle these kilos or we kill you, and this is what they came up with. But it's the people at the airport. You caught 2 women with 20 kilos of coke. It's not the biggest bust in the world. And let's be honest, what was probably happening while you were making your celebration about them, the real mules were going through with like hundreds of kilos worth of cocaine.
Yeah, they were probably.
That was the clearly this is the one we're gonna put out there so the real people can get the coke.
And they're cute too. They showed 2 of the girls. They're cute. So they had on purpose, like, take this. Some fat dumpy bitch was fucking putting 80 pounds of coke in her asshole. No one's checking a fat lady's asshole ever.
There was just a baby full of cocaine. It wasn't even a real baby. It was just cocaine that they brought on.
Well, it was a real baby at one point.
Yeah, now, but
they hollowed it out.
No, the real piece of shit's like the U.S. Customs Agency because they'll make a big deal out of this while we're funding bringing in billions of dollars of cocaine. I don't know if you know this, Pat. We spent billions of dollars on the war on drugs, right, to keep drugs off the streets while the CIA was spending billions of dollars to bring in the drugs.
I watch Narcos.
Ooh.
They said that at the beginning. Like, you're literally what you said. Like that was the beginning lines.
You're 2015 woke. Back in 2000, I was bumping Immortal Technique. He was saying the same thing. Peruvian cocaine, baby.
Back in 2015, I was putting rope in my dick.
Well, that's why you're a happier guy
it's
now.
It's an old man's game. I was a young man playing that game.
Fucking Rookie of the Year and rope dick.
That movie with the Chicago Cubs?
Yeah, that would be awesome. That's what the real movie's about.
Hank, who's the piece of shit?
Oh, we did the thing to Hank now that I did to me earlier, where he was muted.
I think the piece of shit is the girl with all the shit in her hair. She knew. Girls know about hair.
That's the risk of the game. She's probably going to make good money.
She came up with it. She's the one who was setting her hair extensions, went to the beauty shop, planned. Like, I'm not, like, my idea of smuggling coke would be to shove it on her ass. I'm not, tape it to her tit or stuff it in her vagina. I'm not, let's go buy a girl hair extensions. No.
Yeah, but see, everyone knows asshole and tit moves. So maybe they're trying to change the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. But I still think I think this was a half chopped up plan from the ladies. Let's get our hair paid for and get free coke. 2 birds with 1 stone.
You like that. Where they fucked up was South American women. If they gave that to a black woman with extensions,
that was cultural
don't touch a
appropriation.
black woman's hair. He wouldn't even let you near. I don't give a fuck what your dog say.
Don't touch my hair.
You just send the sassiest black woman in there with fucking purple extensions. Walking right through.
I've seen a video of a woman who just threw a hat on with a wig, and they pull her through the screening real quick so she doesn't get embarrassed. You're 100% right.
Huh?
She would get there.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's the whole reason behind this. That's what it's been the whole time. Is that all hair extensions are just smuggling coke.
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, that's why I can't get a job smuggling coke. I've been trying. They hold me down. I'm like, this is sexist.
This grizzly
wear a
wig.
wig.
Why can't I smuggle coke?
You can with your dick rope.
I don't know. I don't know if it's the girls. They're dumb for making the decision, but I have a feeling they were like, it's forced into whatever. it's whoever did the job, because they didn't do it to themselves. Whoever at one point, with the pureness in their heart, could take a young child who's about to, like a woman who's about to cry and like their lives are going to end forever, and just be taping drugs to their head and then adding it on and sending them like they're off to school. Like, that's a fucking person. You're literally saying, you never think about the guy who puts the drugs in the person's asshole, or the person, but that's an evil motherfucker. Like,
high as hell, getting rich.
I hope so. If he's drunk, sober, and that's just what he does.
You look good. You look good, girl. What do you mean? Their hair extensions look great.
But the girls come in, they're like, what's going on? Like, sit down. Like, what? Shut up. And they just pull their hats off. Like, what the fuck? They start taping fucking drugs to their heads. They put a wig on. They go, now go on the plane. Like, what the fuck? They have guns.
You're going to America.
Yeah. And by the way, don't comb your hair. I'll lose $1 million.
Yeah. I'll kill you if any of this is missing.
Yeah, that's the person who comes up with the scheme never gets in the most trouble, but that's the most evil person. The person who's like, here's what we do, like Ocean's 11 shit. We take a girl, we drug her head, we put her in. They won't check shit. Look at her, she's hot. They don't check hot ones. And then he's just wrong, and we don't hear anything about that guy getting arrested or whoever was the planner.
Well, unless it's in that movie Blow with Johnny Depp. Yeah. And then he eventually goes down.
Eventually, but in the real world there, whoever did that is just at a cartel, and they're just like, oh, get more bitches. Just use a different airport now. They don't care. That's the real Expendables. Just women you send with drugs on their head.
Where was she from? Colombia?
They were in South America. They don't really say they didn't really give her background story.
Just the hair extension.
It was Miss Tijuana, 2018.
No, because she would have had a baby to bring.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Rest in peace, baby. That baby didn't make it. Because at one point she had a baby, and they were probably holding it, and she got the baby back when she made it through.
What'd they do? Just cut her hair off and send her through?
No, Bobby, can you pull a picture up quick?
Yeah, if you message it to me, I can.
Well, let me find the thing. I think I think I might erase the fucking story. Never mind. No, fuck it. It's right. But what they did was on her head, like, so she does have, you know how women don't have hair anymore? Like, so like, they have so much like the extensions and shit. Like it was like on Bobby's head. They just had a bunch like here, but just rolls like pens, but like this, but like a ton of them.
Yeah,
on her head, and then they just put hair and extensions over it. It was crazy. Just on her scalp.
Like, wow. That's why I'm telling you. Like, that's why I know the piece of shit is the girls, because it's like boys don't have that concept. The first time I was like, what is a hair extension? And I like pulling on the shit and looking at it. That's why they say don't touch our hair, because the only thing I want to do is fucking, what is that? You have like latched hair, cross thatched it onto your scalp, you know? So
I don't think I've ever seen.
That's okay, mommy.
Hair extensions up close.
That's okay, mommy. I call this the Trojan hair extensions.
Yes, the Trojan hair extensions.
It's a variation of the Trojan sombrero.
The Trojan sombrero.
Man,
that sounds like a sex move, like the Dirty Sanchez. Like they gave her the old Trojan sombrero.
You'd think that, but no, it's just smuggling coke into the U.S.
Trying to find that fucking story. Bobby, why don't you? We haven't played in a while. Why don't we play Gattaca with Hank?
Ooh, okay, Gattaca. Hank, have you ever seen the movie Gattaca?
No.
Okay, so the basic premise is
no
humans,
one has.
A lot of people have. It's a great movie.
Sucks.
A lot of people have. It's a great movie. So basically, the premise is, it's not a great movie. No. The premise is we get to a point in humanity where you basically biodesign your whole child from top to bottom, and the premise of Gattaca is basically one kid's born normal, and then he competes with his brother, and he gets to be an astronaut, even though he steals somebody's identity. And in the end, like, his DNA doesn't match, and they're like, oh, and the security guard lets him through, and he's like, you let me through? He goes, I knew you weren't right. You peed with your left hand. No lefty does that, or something stupid. It all had to do with how the dude peed. But the question goes to you, We hit a point where you can control every detail of your kid. How big would you make your son's penis?
You got so many crazy answers with this, man.
Now, the basic premise we've kind of come up with is the bigger the dick, the bigger an asshole your kid's going to be. The smaller it is, harder worker, all that stuff.
That's your concept. I have a child, and I would never think about his penis, and I don't want in. I don't want to know the size of his dick. Now, some people ask the question, Hank, does the kid get the full-size dick right away, or does it grow naturally? Like, is he born with a 9-inch piece?
It's proportional.
Jesus Christ.
It's not going to start out 9 inches, but it's certainly going to be bigger than somebody who's going to end up with 2.
I think my favorite answer was by the porn star Ebony Mystique when she goes, the biggest one I've ever seen is 15 inches, so I'd give him a 16-incher.
Oh, my God.
I want my boy to win.
Yeah, Ebony plays for keeps.
Yes. Yeah, but you shouldn't be keeping your boy's penis. I don't know. So how big?
Medium sized.
What's
7.5?
What? Yeah,
what's 7.5
for a white man?
Okay.
7 inches, something like that.
Girth?
Right in there. Yeah. Don't want anything crazy. I don't want to be in fucking some kind of fucking seedy porn star or some fucking. I don't want his car getting smashed in by all the ladies because he's got a 16-inch fucking cock or some shit like that.
That makes sense. That's a fair answer.
Well, yeah, that's too big. Like that isn't. I mean, not 7, I'm saying 16. Like the 7's fine, but like that way, if his personality's no good, at least that'll make up for it. Because that's enough for a lady's like, all right, that's fair.
All right, whatever.
That's it. Yeah, that's her head.
Yeah. So I'm with Pat now. I blame the piece of shit who fucking said that was gonna go fly. It was like, yeah, hey, no problem. You're good. Go get on that fucking plane.
That
absolutely
looks insane.
not.
Is that made of metal?
And it's coke.
So, like, if she went through the metal detector, clearly that wasn't gonna fly.
That's not even enough coke.
No, that's not metal.
Like that would have to be heroin for me to even consider, because that's not enough. What is that like?
It's a Tuesday night.
They kept saying the white powdery substance, so I'm going.
It's like a half pound of coke. I'm not going to prison forever for a half pound of coke.
Couple kilos.
2 keys? Ooh,
yeah.
Shit.
On her head.
Yeah. With that bullshit, you might as well just have it in your bag.
You might as well just steal it and go home.
Yeah.
They're going to kill you regardless. You might as well have a good time. Go home, fucking get railed in 2 keys, and then just get killed. Because you're going to now be in jail with Brittany Griner the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that's not. There are worse people to be in jail with. At least you have a good teammate for 2-on-2.
So did they go to jail?
A tiny Brazilian bitch. They gonna be.
They go to jail in Latin America, right? They don't, or do they come here and go to jail?
They're not from here.
So they stay there and go to jail.
Yeah.
So they got busted there.
They were headed to Madrid, Spain.
Oh.
But they were caught by the Colombian Ministry of Defense, which sounds very sketchy.
That's bad if you can't even fool the Colombians.
That sounds like somebody Harry Potter battled. The Colombian Ministry of Defense.
Yeah.
The best would be if it the AC didn't work on the plane, so they start sweating and the coke starts like seeping into their skin. So just as the flight goes on, they just become higher and higher on coke.
They didn't even get through the body scan.
Yeah, clearly this isn't a good job.
No.
They had the before picture, to be honest with you, because it doesn't look like at any point you would think there isn't cocaine on her head.
Yeah, like it was not what I was.
In the TSA, yo, this bitch got cocaine on her.
and you said she looked hot.
Beep, beep, beep. You've been screened for additional security.
All right, well, Bobby, I'll send you that picture. Fuck, we'll debate. I'm saying hotter than you would think a smuggler woman would be. Let's play this game.
But I'm only fucking her if I get to have the cocaine exposed on the top of her head.
She's on her knees and she hasn't opened, so she's blowing full cocaine off her head.
I'll be feeling the little bundles.
So Bobby, I'm not wrong, right? You're seeing the picture.
Let's see.
All right, small. But she's not bad.
I'd rather have the cop. Look at the cop. I'd take the cop.
Well, the cop's not available right now.
She's clearly not dressed for international travel, Pat.
She's definitely a Thai lady boy.
Yeah, she does kind of look like a boy.
But she's got to be aerodynamic and quick.
She looks like Viet Cong.
That might be her name.
Charlie's got the cocaine. Charlie's got the cocaine.
On her head.
She looks like she's on cocaine, like she's actually using.
Oh, I'm guessing she's not straight and narrow. She's got cocaine on her head getting on a plane. She's making the worst decision you can make.
Yeah, she looked like she's been listening to Motley Crue all weekend.
Yeah, right before that, she opened 6 emails that said spam on them. And she's like, yeah, I don't care. I take chance.
Mommy needs a job today. What are we going to do to make some cash?
Oh, man. She looks
like,
pregnant.
Babe, it's just one time. You wear shit on your head all the time. It's just like rollers. You know when you put rollers in? Baby, would I ever steer you wrong?
Yeah. Probably just to get rid of her.
Oh, yeah. He's got another bitch.
That he sent through with the real cocaine.
And it's just in her poodle's ass. It's like, wait, you can put it in the dog's ass? We don't care. We're not good people.
I could put cocaine in anything.
Like, listen, baby, we only put the coke in the hair of the bitches we hate.
All right, we'll do one more story. Get the fuck out, Bobby.
That works for me. Hank's been great.
Yeah, thank you.
I just
Male
looked down and
model who
realized how much
carved
we've done.
initials into sacred fossil now wanted by police. An influencer left his mark on Spain in the worst way when he filmed himself carving his initials into an ancient rock on the Canary Islands. Spanish authorities are now searching for the Italian influencer who describes himself as an actor and model from Bologna after his reported act of vandalism. I like that he calls himself that. Like, if you were a real actor, they just say actor. He's like, he says he's an actor.
Or is that his
defense? Has not
defense?
been released. You know he's mad. If he thinks he's an actor, they won't release his name. That's the worst thing you can do to this guy. Not been released, but he caused quite a stir when he unloaded the video of himself to social media to his 38,000 followers. In a short clip, the man is seen carving his name into a light-colored rock with what appeared to be a knife. Fuck you, New York Post. I'm not buying your paper. God damn it. The fossil dunes are no, too far. The man's name. Nope, we did that. Okay. The fossil dunes are in the Barranco de los. Oh, fuck you. I can't say that word. It's the English term is Lover's Gully in La Olivia on the island of Fuerteventura. The ancient rocks were formed between 340. I don't give a fucking history. They're old ass rocks. In 2008, were declared an asset of cultural interest in their geological significance. The fossils are significant in helping scientists learn more about the paleoclimatic conditions. Dude, I should not have chosen this article. The paleobiological changes that occurred in the Pleistocene of the Ice Age.
I fell asleep
rocks are
halfway
also
through that.
home to gastropod. Fuck this. Who's writing this? This is not the New York Post. They know who's been working. Fossils that provide important data to study these conditions. Furious people commented on the video. One writing they were devastated by the act of vandalism. He doesn't do it in front of me because I'll take my carving of my name into his back, said some guy. Another one quipped, he had to be Italian.
He quipped.
Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it this male model actor who carved his name in ancient fossils? Is it people that actually study ancient fossils and give a fuck? Fuck you. We have new shit now. Stop looking in the past. You're boring. You're never going to be in Jurassic Park. You're never going to be in Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You're not cool. Stop digging bones. Is it Italians? Always ruining stuff. Bobby, I've told you many times, I hate them. Italians are loud. They ruin shit.
Yeah.
This guy's like,
they joined the Nazis.
My name on your fucking bones. Hey. It's like, fuck that guy. Or is it the really cool guy on Instagram who's like, fuck Italians, I'll stab you in the back? Or is it the people that are actually outraged? Nobody on the internet is really mad somebody carving a fossil. They just want to say they're mad. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Hank, go first.
Well, the author of the story is a piece of shit. The way he attacked this man within the first sentence. He included all those bullshit words. He's obviously
It's
ignorant.
a she, by the way. How dare you?
Oh, that
Emily
changes
Lefroy,
everything.
who we've dealt with before.
What's her name?
Emily Lefroy.
Oh, she's French and everything. Jesus. She's a French bitch. She's French to the New
The
York
second
Post.
worst kind.
Oh, God. So, yeah, is she a piece of shit? It's either that or the guy who carved on the rocks. Like, I mean, did he actually do it though? It's like,
yeah. Oh no, they have a picture of him carving.
What did he carve on it?
He videoed himself. Look at me, I'm carving on this fossil
Just to go
with
viral.
a knife, digging into this ancient fossil.
Yeah, see, that's not his fault. That's everybody on his damn social media's fault. That's this damn artist, this article author, and all his followers. And everybody, the idea that he would go viral for that just because people want to bitch about it online. They want to type in their comment and be like, fuck you, bro.
How bad of a model are you that you have to carve?
He's a hand
That's
model.
true.
He models knives.
Yeah.
No, he
sends a message.
No, his hands are for talking.
What kind of fossil was it?
Oh, dude, fuck off.
Where was it though?
Italy?
It's a sacred fossil. In Spain again. We're doing a lot of Spain stories.
Huh.
And the Canary Islands.
Huh. No shit. And he carved it for views.
He's from Bologna.
Yeah, it's him.
I think it's pronounced.
He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit for carving that goddamn fossil for views. I said it.
Yeah. And all he wrote was Sopranos rule.
Is that what he wrote?
No.
Like, I want to know what he wrote. Like, it matters, you know?
Gary King
like, if he
lives
wrote
forever.
O'Doyle rules, then
that would be awesome. Dude, if he wrote O'Doyle rules, happy.
But like, no, all right. But like, if he wrote some shit like U2 rocks, then it's like, dude,
well, I'm
I'm done.
guessing they won't release his name, so I'm guessing he wrote his name.
His name.
I would assume because they won't release it because they don't want to give him credit, but like he's still gonna get. You can go.
They're trying to stop him from getting.
I guess they don't want anyone else going to his Instagram to see it, but 38,000 people saw it.
That's that's another bitchy little. See, the author's pissing me off. Like they're definitely trying to cockblock his views. Like he should be able to get the views at this point. He already wrecked the fossil, put his name in the article.
Yeah, let him get some hits.
Get some views. What is this?
Yeah, the Paul brothers got views when they fucking found that hung guy, and now they get to wrestle. Like, whatever. Bobby,
it's Spain. Okay. Pat, you ever try to carve into the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia? You know what'll happen? You'll get stopped because we care about it, so we protect it. We put people in there to make sure nothing fucking happens to it. Also, it's a little ballsy of the Spanish to be like, whoa, 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 you can't just come here and carve your name into something like it's yours. That's kind of their whole claim to fame, the conquistadors and everything, you know? You ever hear of Mexico? El Salvador? All this shit?
But it's also like an Italian guy to be going in somewhere and going, this is mine now.
Pat, I don't know what your hatred of Italian people comes from other than the fact that we were doing philosophy while yours were still picking potatoes.
Yeah, we were fine. We were fine.
Fucking illiterate.
No, my problem with Italians is the movies they've made in the last 30 years. Fuck you. Nobody cares about mafia. It's dumb. Stop playing games. Oh, look at me. I'm a tough. My wife is fat, so I got to date another lady and go to Florida sometimes. Fuck you. I don't know what that means. Who's the piece of shit, Bobby? Spain? All of it?
Yeah.
All of Spain.
Yeah. What have they done lately?
They just tried to send a girl with cocaine on her head.
To Spain. They didn't catch her. That was on Colombia.
No, she was from Spain. Oh, no, wait.
Yeah, she was from Colombia. No, she was from Colombia flying to Spain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The Spanish, Spain probably would have been like, andale, bring in the coke.
You know what? The New York Post hates Spain.
Yeah.
They're putting a lot of Spain articles up for no reason.
That's shit. Is that racist?
I think so, but no one cares about the Spanish.
It's probably where
people care about Puerto Ricans or Dominicans. And stuff.
Yeah.
No one about Spaniards. No one cares.
Well, that's the white Spanish.
Spanish.
No one gives a fuck about conquistadors.
Well, in the eyes of the New York Post, Spain is white Spanish, so they care about them. They don't care about the minorities, Pat. You know them.
They're talking about but you saw that picture of that lady. She wasn't white Spanish.
But she was going to. That was.
She was carrying white Spanish on her head.
To the white Spanish. Yeah, she was corrupting them.
The piece of shit are the 38,000 people who follow that Italian asshole on Instagram. What content is he bringing? Don't give this guy any attention. The fact that he has 38,000 viewers.
That's what I'm saying.
Is insane. So it's them. It's not even Instagram for giving them thing. It's the fact that he's like, what next? What next? So I can make sure my 38,000 people. Dude, just get that app where you make big eyes and talk like a kid. Do that shit. That's easier than fucking carving your name in a fossil to Canary Island. Like that guy had more thoughts than the person who put the drugs on their head. He's like, what's next? Canary Islands? I can carve my name. I'll get a big old knife. That'll be. I wouldn't care if I saw that video. I would pass right by it. I wouldn't even understand what he was doing. I don't know fossils. Who gives a fuck? You'd have to over-explain that to me for me to care. Like I would never care if he carved an actual old person, like a fossil lady, and he's just like, look at this old bitch, and wrote his name on her back or something with marker. Yeah, I'd like that.
That's why I want to know what kind of fossil. Is it like a tusk or like a fucking like?
They said it, but I don't know those words.
Like what? All right. So if it was a tusk from one of them old elephants or
ancient rocks, ancient rocks.
Oh yeah. So no, I don't give a fuck.
They were formed between 342,000 and 215,000 years ago, and in 2008 were declared an asset of cultural interest.
Do they look like something? What's the deal?
No, it looks like just a big old stupid large ass rock, and he just wrote real big.
Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck about their goddamn.
He just wrote
rock.
his initial. I see some of the writing.
I thought it was like saber-tooth tiger fossils and shit. That's the only fossil that mattered when we were kids. It's like, listen to the third grade teacher. We're going to see the T-Rex, then the saber-tooth tiger. Okay,
you got some Cro-Magnon heads.
Yeah, I'm not going to your rock display. I'm writing my name on the rocks too. Okay.
Yeah, fuck that. We should all be allowed to. We paid it. We had to do a suggestion at the front.
We're making this more interesting than a regular rock. Why?
I sent you the picture, and so that's what I don't know if that's him, but I don't know why they let anyone else carve. So I'm guessing that's him.
What about the people who are mad about the scientists who are like mad that they're fucking regular?
Ruined this thing of beauty.
It's a regular rock. If it was so tough, then it wouldn't have got wrecked.
Old. No one's making new rocks anymore.
Yeah, look at that. That is not like sacred rocks. That's a regular ass desert area.
Well, that's the Canary Island. I think it all looks like shit.
Yeah, that looks like shit.
Where's the canaries? Fuck are they? I'd be mad. Like, no canaries? What the fuck?
Yeah, and it's not even like a rock. That just kind of looks like a fucking the ground.
Yeah, it didn't even. Well, rocks are kind of part of the ground. I mean, like rocks stink. No one likes rocks.
And he was holding the knife with like the blade in his hand.
Yeah, that he's Spanish. They know what to do. It's not his first knife fight.
What's weird is the Post is the only article I can find on this guy because I was trying to find his name. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting how they just covered it.
Yeah, it's exclusive. Like they almost made it up.
That's Then we're gonna find out.
Taking all their people that work in the printing press, all the Spanish people, and just framing them and getting them fired.
We're gonna find out Putin is invading Spain next. They're like, no, they have fossils and they're good on the drugs.
Hank, thank you so much for coming on. Please tell people where they can follow you and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, you guys. Thanks for having me on. Great time.
Where can they follow you and
what's
check
your
you
social?
Out? At Planet Hank Official is my Instagram, and I have a Facebook page, just Planet Hank. You can find me there.
What's that app you were telling me where everybody you can watch the bare knuckle fights?
So you can watch bare knuckle at BKTV, bare knuckle app. So you just get it. You can get it on like the App Store or on your Samsung bare knuckle TV.
These guys are watch bad. Fights. People should check it out.
It's $5 a month. So so if it's cheaper than any of the other, and it's done really well. So you can literally watch all the fights. They have like 2, pay-per-views a month, and then all the fights are on there. So
there's like an archive. You can go back and watch old shit.
Yeah, it's like that. Yep. Nice. And then all my media is on at Planet Hank Official, and then on Planet Hank, I have my podcast, and I put clips and other fighter interviews and comedy and different clips up on all my pages.
Nice, Bobby.
Hell yeah. As always, check out the Davey Mac Sports Program. We had a fun one with Pitsy. If you're an old Ron and Fez fan, old producer, it was fun. Got into some of the stories from those days. Check out Bobby's World, maybe something new coming soon. Who knows? And that's on Compound. And I have a show. I'm at the Scotty's Comedy Cove this Friday, and I'm somewhere in Staten Island this Saturday. If you want to see me, come check me out.
Nice. This Saturday, I'm in the Mecca of comedy, Ludlow, Massachusetts.
Ooh.
I'm at El Cid. I think that's a place. I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It's a bunch of comics and me, but I'm the best part. So come see me. If you're in that area, just hit me up on Facebook. I'll let you know how to get tickets and shit like that. The following Saturday, 26th, I got another show in Derby at Retro. It's gonna be a fun show there. Tickets are selling fast. Make sure you get tickets soon. New Year's Eve, if you live in Florence, Massachusetts, I will be there performing for a show for Tim Lovett. That should be a fun time there. A bunch of other comics are going to be on the show. So if you're going to be up in that area, want to hang out on New Year's Eve, please let me know. I'm doing a show in early December for the cops who were fallen in Bristol, who were shot about a month or two ago. It's been covered in a lot of papers. Like family members saying, "You finally are doing something nice," and I was like, I didn't know it was for them. I just got hired, but like, I'm just whatever. It's gonna be a great cause, all that stuff. It's a really fun show. Me, Giancarlo Biandino, Paul Taro, fucking Jordan Carl, a fun, great show. So make sure you support that. Just find me on social media. I'll give you links to all the things. You can go check that out. Make sure you get over on the YouTube, subscribe to that POS podcast on there. The Patreon, join there. You get bonus content. You get a bonus episode every week and other content on there. Hank, man, thank you so much, bro. Awesome. You were fun. Really appreciate you coming on.
Hell yeah, you guys. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And Bobby.
If you can't join and beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.